Hi everyone, welcome to our Aragon watch presentation. My name is Wing Liang, the Aragon watch designer. All right, now what we have today is the Aragon EVO. Okay, so just a couple of videos ago, we introduced the C-Charger Meteorite, and it was done in a 50 millimeter. Now I want to introduce to you the EVO in the 45 millimeter. Now, let me give you a little bit background, the history background of the EVO. So the EVO was generated, designed, created as an evolution of the Dive Master. So therefore, it has a lot of similarities to it, in terms of the specs, the case size and all that. But when it came out, we did a concave in bezel, and then with the gear head turning bezel, plus the 5-piece multi-link, okay? So now let's come in and get a close-up look of the EVO Meteorite. So what we have is the EVO in the 45 millimeter only, okay? So I did it on purpose. When I created, this collection with the Meteorite, I purposely designed the C-Charger in the 50 and the EVO in the 45. So a lot of you, watch enthusiasts, watch collectors, you could do both sizes in 2 different versions. All right, so what we have, okay, is on top, we have the stainless steel bezel, and on the bottom, all right, so you can see the bezel is titanium Damascus with meteorite dial. Look at that. So, all right, so I just want to show you that, and let's go back to the top. Let's go back to the top. I want to introduce you to the color first. So the first one right here is what we call the copper. All right, the copper color. The next one is the natural meteorite dial. Beautiful. Seriously, like each one of them, okay, the texture of the meteorite, they're all different. So you can literally own all of them, one of each color, and they look, I'm just talking about the dial, they look different. So what we have here is the gold, all right? And then last is the heat-treated blue. Okay, now I need to emphasize this first. So because it's heat-treated, so we can't control exactly where the blue is and exactly where, these multi-rainbow color, locations. So every single one will be different, okay? Every single one will be different. Okay, now let's come to the bottom. By the way, if you see a glare reflection of blue, tinted blue on the crystal, these are sapphire with anti-reflective coating. Okay, just want you to know that. And it's green bezel. I'm so sorry. I was gonna say is the lume is white lume, glows green for both the bezel, the hour index, and the hands. Okay, so let's come to the bottom here. All right, so it's the same color as the copper, but what you can see, what I like about this here, yes, it is more, it's gonna be more special in my opinion, is the bezel is being made with titanium Damascus bezel insert, okay? Can you see that? Let me turn this around. So this is like the bottom line here, this is gonna be my pick. They're gonna be a little bit more expensive, but if you can pull it off, get the one with the titanium Damascus bezel insert with the meteorite dial. There's not a bad color. So natural right here. Okay, they're all beautiful. And then this is the gold. Okay. And the last and the least, well, look at this. Did you see that color? All right, so I want to tell you this right now. I can't control where the colors are, okay? Like you see how somewhere is like a deep blue, somewhere is like a rainbow, somewhere is like a purple on the bezel I'm talking about. So they're naturally changing the color in the oven. All right, so the bezel is the titanium Damascus, and the dial is meteorite. You can also see the variation of the colors on the dial versus the bezel is very different in terms of location. All right, so we talk about that. And what I want to also, next thing I want to talk about is these are limited edition, okay? These are limited edition. Okay, limited edition to, if I remember correctly, is 66 pieces per color, per color. And so for this, for example, let me clarify this. For example, this is 66 pieces only. And this one right here will be 66 pieces only. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is the movement in this. All right, so this is the first time for the EVO to have the Ronda R150 Swiss automatic. All right, so now you're focusing on the second hand. Let's focus on the second hand. Very smooth. It's because it has a 28,800 vibration per hour. Okay, and also it's 25 joules. This is Swiss made automatic movement by Ronda. Very accurate movement. And also very, very reliable. If you know, I know a lot of you might have ETA 2824, ETA 2892, SW200. R150 has been out for, I think for a few years, but still is pretty new to the watch industry for many people. For many people, let me emphasize this. And it's a clone of the ETA 2824, okay? So let me turn this around so you can see what it looks like. All right, so let me, hold on just a second. Sorry, I pulled this watch off. All right, here we go. Can you see this? The Aragon decorated rotor. And then it has a 3-screw to secure the movement. I mean the rotor. All right, versus the 2024 is the center screw. All right, so pull back. I want to show you this. This is the glide lock. In case you're not familiar with this, it makes it easier to do the micro adjustment without any tool. So you just squeeze these 2 little buttons and then you can adjust it. So it's a lot easier. Now, check out the bezel, the teeth of the bezel. You see how they're, the shape of it is like a gear head. 4 o'clock crown, so when you're wearing the watch, so this is not digging into the back of your wrist. Vertical brushed finish, entire watch, 200 meters water resistant. And in case you're the EVO collector, all right, so you notice something slightly different. So the thickness of this watch is 14 millimeter, approximately, okay? I know some people really like to be very precise, like 14.14. So I just say approximately 14 millimeter in thickness. And you can also see the bezel is flat instead of concave in, okay? Sapphire crystal, solid first end link, 5-piece multi-link bracelet. And the thickness of the bracelet is 5 millimeter. All right, so clipping pins for the adjustment is superb. The quality, we were just talking about it in the office. We picked up the watch, it was like, whoa. It's really substantial. The weight, you know how when you pick up a watch, it's weighty. This watch is one of those. It's very, very well made, and you can feel it. You can feel the quality when you pick it up. So 120 teeth, rotating bezel. Which one is your choice? I want to know. Like, when you see this video, please comment below and tell me. You don't have to purchase it. I mean, I know a lot of guys, they're watch enthusiasts, and I like to hear from you. Which meteorite color, I should say, is your choice? With stainless steel bezel or with the titanium Damascus bezel? Is that the natural, or is that the gold, or is that the heat-treated blue, or the copper? Look at the texture. You can't duplicate. Even if I have another piece of meteorite dial, I cannot duplicate. To be exact. Oop, pick up the wrong watch. Look at that. Black hands, black hour index, white lume glows green, solid first end link. I know I mentioned this. Just a very proud timepiece. And all right, so and a lot of guys, you know, if you're downsizing from 55 to 50, 48, and now you're into smaller watch case, you know, 45 is a really good size for most people, okay? I certainly, I can easily wear 45. I don't feel it's big. You know, it gives you a variety. You know, sometimes I wear 42, sometimes I wear 45, sometimes I wear a 50. And it feels different. You know, every time when you wear a different size of watch on your wrist, it feels different. All right, so it has a good look, really, really good look. Good looking watch. All right, let me put one on so you can see the size perspective. And in case this is your first time seeing our video, I have a 6.5-inch wrist. All right, I just took off my C charger. By the way, this is classic. This is the first generation C charger. You can see the bracelet is still available on our website, but let's go back. All right, you see how well it contours around my wrist. All right, let me put on another one. I'm gonna put on, you know, how about go through a rotation? One without the bezel insert. Look at this. It goes with my skin color. I'm getting darker and darker because I play a lot of tennis. It's really hot in Florida. Sometimes it feels over 100 degrees. All right. And then I'm gonna go to the natural. The natural is the easiest color for all, right? You see how that silverish, grayish, natural color. I love it. You can't go wrong with this. Never can go wrong with this. Okay, so if you don't have meteorite diode and you want to try for the first time, not a problem. You see how the copper, very unique. Now, before we end this video, I want to show you one more time what I'm talking about with the bezel insert. The titanium Damascus. Do you see how the vein, should I call it the vein? Because you see the texture. It's really pretty. If you can see this at home in your monitor, you can see like this wavy, it's like layers and layers of titanium. Okay? Being put together and cut from the side and created this. All right, so date window at the 4 o'clock position, chapter ring on the outside. And stay with us for the next 5 to 10 seconds. We're gonna show you at the end of the video, stay with us because we wanna show you that 5 to 10 seconds, the lume shots. All right, now you see how the bezel is created? Like the minute markers, the hour, 50, 40, and then all around the bezel. The starting point, here we go. Sapphire crystal, don't forget. All right, so thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video. All right, I want to show you because I saw this. You see the bezel? Like this multi-rainbow, purple, blue, what else? Like, can you see green? Or aqua? I can't even describe the color. It's kind of like orange. All right, I better go because I think I cover almost everything. And I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you very, very soon. All right, by the way, we have a lot of exciting new Aragons starting in October. I know we haven't released new designs in a while because we're prepping for the 4th quarter. So maybe I'll just make a little crazy announcement. We're building a central tourbillon for 2023, okay? New collection of Concept S is coming. So, and then the NX34 is also coming. All right, see you next time, guys.